Hello, Jeff. It is Saturday, I think? Feels like Saturday. I'm sorry I keep falling off the planet, but in my defense, the gravity is really light. I mean, come on, it could go up to 4 times stronger before it really starts to interfere with the blood flow to the brain.
Well, it's gonna be the future soon, and I won't always be this way. When the things that make me weak and strange get engineered away.
Okay, first we have Old Business. The Murakami book that I would recommend you start with would be Hard-Boiled Wonderland and the End of the World. It's the first one I read and it was recommended to me by Dr. Newman, so you know it's good. Also, I do in fact have my well-read copy of the Norton Anthology of Critical Theory here with me in China. The thing is, I don't know if doing like a weekly thing with it at this point would be particularly tenable. Particularly because I feel like critical theory is sort of too big a thing for us to just off the cuff. So instead, what I would propose is making this into like a long-term project. Basically, the end goal would be, I mean, since we're already ripping off the John and Hank Green thing anyway, to sort of maybe put together our own kind of crash course crit theory sort of thing. Like we bring together other people that we know, maybe try and rope experts, Dr. Jane or someone like that, into giving us some advice and getting one of those white voids that people have when they make videos, like with John Green in, you know, Crash Course, or those Britannic videos that I like, or on Penn and Teller's bullshit. So, you know, we need real plans and white voids for this to go on. So if we want to do like a smaller scale thing, maybe just challenge each other or something, or maybe pick just particular sections or topics that we want to look at over the short term, I think that would be cool. But long term, it would be better to consider this like a big project to work on in the future. So let's see, new business. I went a little crazy on an Amazon sale the other day with the Best American series. I bought, I think, 6, because I got short fiction, mystery, essays, nature and science writing, and non-required reading. The only one I didn't buy is sports writing because, well, I don't care about sports. So I really have no shortage of reading material, specifically electronic reading material. Like I didn't have a shortage of that already, what with the various indie bundles and ebook sales and Project Gutenberg farming, and I have a lot of stuff I can read. Which reminds me, it's a little unsettling to realize just exactly how much I have invested in my Kindle, and to a lesser extent my laptop. Not really to a lesser extent, because actually the laptop has more stuff that I couldn't live without on it, but a lesser extent because I haven't had any problems with my laptop since I've been here. But the other day my Kindle screen froze, and I about freaked out because I just have so much stuff that I want to read. I have books and collections and more books and more collections. Anyway, it turned out that I just needed to plug it in and recharge it because it was too low in battery. But man, and it's weird to suddenly be like, oh god, what will I do if my Kindle doesn't work? I mean, I can access things through the reader on my laptop screen, but who wants to do that? That's part of the reason I have an e-reader, because if I tried to read an entire novel on a screen, my eyes would melt out of my head. But thankfully my Kindle is fine and will continue to feed me lots of reading stuff. Oh, here's an awkward observation. One of the things that I've noticed about China, or specifically different stores and shopping in China, is that it's really easy to stumble across condoms. Unlike in America, where they'll be tucked away like in the back of a store, or behind counters, or in some places like actually in a glass case, so you have to go and like ask permission to purchase them. In China, it's actually very easy to just be going through a store and be like, oh, here's like a bunch of condoms, and then going through the same store, like up by the counters, oh, here's more. That's interesting. I guess it's one of those things where Americans really aren't up against the population wall right now, so they can afford to be like, no, let's not talk about or let people see birth control stuff. No, that's bad. That's not something that we need people to see because we don't like that. I find it really interesting that that aspect of humans, one of the ones that I find really the most aggravating, of pretending that ignoring something or not talking about something will actually make it go away, is something that humans like to project in a comedic way on, say, ostriches sticking their heads in the sand, which they don't actually do. They don't do that, do they? Yeah, they don't do that. Anyway, so I've got a ton of reading material. As I said, I'd love to tackle some of the critical theory thing, but doing like a full every week thing, I don't know. Still, we could come up with a book of the month or a bi-weekly sort of read and discuss or something, considering how many books we both have copies of right now. Or we could talk about different stories or essays out of the different Best American collections, since like I said, I have all of them but the sports one, and I assume you probably picked up several yourself. Speaking of which, I read George Saunders' 10th of December, and why must that ebook cost above my arbitrary barrier for how much I'm willing to spend on ebooks? Civil War Land in Bad Decline does that too. Urgh. I don't know, books, condoms, something about ostriches. I think I'm done talking for the moment. I'm gonna eat these chips. They're tomato flavored. They're delicious. I think there's a website on here or something. Trust me, these are all of your potato wishes come true. Okay, that got weird. I'm sort of running out of steam here at the moment, but I think since I had this massive gap in stuff, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some video and make something else to post before the end of the weekend, so I will assuage my guilt somewhat. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I will see you in the future, very near future, because of making another video of some kind in the next few days. But yes, see you there.